Hello, welcome. In today's video, I will be responding to a subscriber's comments and regarding studying in Brazil, whether or not to study in Brazil for international students, whether it's a good place or not a good place. I'm going to be reading the comment out to you so that you have a clearer understanding about what we are going to talk about today. And I actually responded to this individual, but I also let him know that I would make a video about it should in case a lot of people are confused in this situation. So here is the comment of this particular subscriber before I give my own opinion, general opinion about this particular statement. Okay, so this is the comment that the subscriber made. He said, Daisy, there is this YouTuber that is discouraging international students to go study in Brazil. He says he won't advise anyone to go study there. He said one should go to countries either in the Schengen or EU if one can't go to either US, Canada, Australia, or UK. I don't know why exactly he is saying that. What is your suggestion? What do you advise? So this is the comment this particular subscriber made. I gave him my reply, but then I also mentioned that I will talk about it generally so to help other people also confused in the situation. So this is what I think. For that particular YouTuber that has advised in this manner, I totally agree with him, and I agree with his opinion. And on the other hand, he has a point. Okay, he has a point, and I agree with him. Here is why, and this is why I strongly believe he's saying what he said. Okay, what I'm about to explain now is the reason I strongly believe he's saying what he said, because I didn't watch the video. I don't know the video. I don't know the YouTuber. I only got this comment, so I would not know what else he said in the video. But this is why I feel he said what he said as a person living in Brazil. Now, he said he would advise people to go to countries in the Schengen zone and the EU zone if they cannot go study in places like the US, Canada, Australia, and the UK. Okay. The reason he might have made this comment, or the reason why this might be his belief, is because in Brazil, when you go to places like Canada, the EU, the Schengen zone, it is possible to actually study and work, right? But in Brazil, you can study, but to actually find something to do, you can work. Okay, let's not get it wrong. You can work, but to get something to do is on the difficult side. However, it doesn't mean you cannot find something to do. For example, you can be an English teacher. That is the most common, easiest job for foreigners. There are lots of English teaching jobs here in Brazil, so you can actually get that. But if you compare it to living in the UK, US, Canada, Germany, Finland, all these countries he mentioned, and even more, you will find out that working and studying in these countries are way better. Okay? However, Brazil has its benefits. All right? So, now somebody is offering you to study. Come and study in my country. Don't pay. Don't pay anything. You don't belong to the country. You are not part of the country. They don't even know you. You are from another continent. And they're telling you all over the world, come here, come study in our country. You don't have to pay anything. And the educational system is of one of the highest standard in life. My question to you is, wouldn't you go? Now, someone is offering me to come and study for free. The educational system is fantastic. Amazing lecturers, amazing environment to study. And I'm not going to be paying anything. And on top of it, if I'm fortunate, I get scholarship and they pay me something every month to study. Let's even leave the scholarship aspect of it. They are just inviting you, come and study in my country for free. You don't have to pay anything, just come. In the said UK, Canada, Australia, Germany, blah, 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 in those said countries, can you study there for free? No. Can you study there for free? No. But at the end of the day, the educational system and that of Brazil is still the same. But you're getting it for free in Brazil, right? And then, but you're not getting it for free in those countries, right? That is one of the benefits of studying in Brazil or accepting to study in Brazil for free. Now, let's get into another dimension. Let's talk about another aspect of this situation. Now, let's assume you're not able to, okay, you want to study so bad internationally. You want to travel out of your country. I don't know whatever country you find yourself. But you cannot, it's so difficult to get into Canada, difficult to get into America, difficult to get into Germany, difficult to get into Australia. Wouldn't you start small? Would you advise yourself, why can't I start small? Or would you rather stay there and say, oh, it must be Canada, it must be America, even if it's not coming forth? So there is something I call walking, taking your steps one at a time till you get to where you're going to reach the stars. If you're not able to reach the stars at the initial point or in the beginning of your journey, would you rather remain like that because you're not reaching the stars at that moment? You keep trying, but you're not reaching the stars. You're not reaching the things you really, really want to reach. You are not reaching where you really, really want in life. And you're given the option to climb the ladders gradually till you get to the stars. Would you rather stay? Would you rather stay and keep waiting and waiting on? What if it takes you longer to reach the stars? What if you never ever reach that star in that manner? Wouldn't you take the steps? Wouldn't you take those gradual steps up until the time you get there? That is the case of Brazil. Brazil is a place you can start your journey walking a step at a time. When you get to Brazil, you study for free, master's, PhD, you pay no dime. If you later in your life decide, oh, now I really want to go to the UK, I want to, from here, after you study, you are able to get your permanent residency. It is easier from here, not from Nigeria, not from Quebecistan or Uzbekistan, or not from all these difficult places that is so difficult to travel anywhere. But from Brazil, it is way easier from that home country of yours that your passport is not valuable. It is way easier from Brazil to reach that star, to reach those places, that star, that Canada, that Australia, that Germany. So Brazil has its benefits. And apart from that, look at yourself. You come to Brazil, you're studying for free, and then you have a wife and children at home. With your visa, you are able to bring them in. And let's say peradventure, your wife gets pregnant, you have a young family, or even if you have a family that is old, and then you guys have a baby, and then that baby becomes a citizen, and then all of you have permanent residency. How cool is that? Where can you get that instantly like that? In the so-called UK. Now, the one that is even hurting me the most is UK. I don't know why I don't have a thing for UK, because life is so difficult in that country to a point where even getting permanent residency, you have to cry. To get citizenship, you have to cry. But in Brazil, you don't have to cry. You don't have to cry. So after you climb your ladder, you climb the ladder step by step into Brazil helping you achieve this aim. Yeah? Now all of you have permanent residency, and if you work together as a family, you learn the language, boom, boom, 1 year later you get passport. Are you kidding me? Can you achieve that in 1 year in UK? Can you achieve that in 1 year in Canada? Can you achieve the 1 year in Germany, in what? And after that, after you have achieved that in Brazil, you can still end up with that passport traveling to these countries, these same countries, Germany, Finland, visa free. Visa free. Let's now even assume, okay, the baby you've given birth to there, permanent residency, citizenship, and then you, mother, father, and maybe other children you bring from abroad that were not born here, also permanent residence. Let's even assume that's all you have. And you still want to travel to these Australia, Germany, UK, and all America, Canada. You still want to go there. It is still very, very, very easier from here to go to this, to achieve going to these countries, mentioned countries, than starting from Nigeria, than from Uzbekistan, or than from Iran, Iraq, all these countries that are unfortunate. It is way easier from Brazil. So Brazil is the best ladder you can use to climb up until you reach the stars. Okay? So now imagine you decide to stay permanently in Brazil. You don't want to go anywhere. Imagine all your children studying in Brazil for free. You don't have to worry or break your head. How am I going to pay school fees? If you're in Nigeria, you know how dead you will be. Every time you are required to pay school fees, and you know how we give birth to children here and there. You know how many children you'll be paying for school fees? But in Brazil, it's not like that. Whether you're working, whether you're not working, your child is entitled to free education. Nobody takes that right away from that child. It doesn't matter whether the parents are working or not. Do you feel me? So don't play. So as your UK, Australia, Canada has their own benefits, is the same way Brazil has its own benefits. Now, for example, I know of a family right here in Brazil, Mr. Wale's family. He has 3 children, okay? I have seen them with my eyes. They live well in Rio de Janeiro. 3 children, right? And all of them are attending public universities. The younger one is in the secondary school, public, secondary school. The 2 older ones are in the public university. In fact, one of them just finished this year. Okay? One of them just finished this year. Now, look at all 3 children. This man, this Mr. Wale, didn't pay a dime to pay for any type of school fees, and he doesn't even have any registered job. He's just a businessman. You know, when a Nigerian is a businessman, but not necessarily registered, like I have a company, I'm registered. No, so he doesn't have to pay tax or anything. He's just doing his business. He sells cola nuts. He sells all these traditional things. They have a market for it in Rio de Janeiro, even here too. Bitter cola nut, all this type of things that these Yoruba people used to sell. This is what he sells, goes to the market to sell in Madureira, in Rio de Janeiro. He goes shop by shop to all these traditional Brazilians that have accepted the African Nigerian tradition. They have a shop for it. So they sell all these things. So this man goes there, distributes his market, sells around. So that is what he does for a living. And they live well. Nice house, nice family, blah, blah, blah. And 3 of his children went to school here in Brazil for free. At the point in time in his life, before he brought his family to Brazil, he was here in Brazil. Before his family came, they were all in Nigeria. He got his citizenship after 10 years. There was a program called Amnesty. They usually do amnesty program where you would have resided in Brazil for 10 years. And when they opened that amnesty program like that, everyone who has resided in Brazil for 10 years will gain automatic citizenship. Well, no, was it I think citizenship, I think so. Is it citizenship or PR? And I think PR. Let me not get it wrong. He didn't have permanent residency. But as soon as because he has lived here for 10 years, as soon as the amnesty program opened, boom, he immediately applied for the amnesty program. And that was how he got his permanent residency. He learned the Portuguese language and he was able to apply for his citizenship. Now, in that case he now felt like, okay, I'm not getting enough money in Brazil. I want to travel to better my life in another country. So he left for the UK. When he got to the UK, he used the student visa. He applied for his master's. He used the student visa to take all his family to the UK. Believe me, they are back in Brazil now. Why? According to him, he said, it's a struggle to get papers in UK. And him, as a very respectable man, he would never do anything on the left or on the corner side, the way they do it, to get any type of residency or any type of document for his family. His children were already going to school in UK, all these things. He was paying for school fees. When he saw Shege, nobody told him to relocate his family back to Brazil. As at that time, he had not even processed PR for his children and wife. He only had the citizenship. He had the card, he had the citizenship, but he had not applied. He just took them directly to the UK. But when he started seeing that, man, it's difficult to get documents, even to work, he was working in a way that he didn't like. He had to use his brains. It was from UK, online. He started processing the PR of his family, all of them, 3 children and 1 wife. And as soon as they got their PR, boom, they all returned back to Brazil and they live in Rio de Janeiro now. So what does that tell you? Brazil has its own benefits too. As much as I agree with that YouTuber, he has said that because yes, there is life outside. There is money to earn. There is this, but there are also things you can benefit from this country. Okay, you don't need all the shine, you don't need all the bling bling on the streets of New York to New York, Canada, and UK to know that you are in the abroad. Brazil is also in the abroad. It depends on how you see it, and it depends on how you utilize the opportunities in Brazil to benefit your own life. So imagine bringing your wife, your children down here after getting a student visa, and then you start having a family, or you're a young family, you don't have kids yet, you bring in your wife through your student visa, and you guys start having children here, and then your children becomes automatic citizens of this country. Haven't you bettered the life of those children? If you take them straight to the UK, are you going to get an instant passport for those children? If you don't know, Brazil's passport goes to 170 countries all over the world, including all those Germany, Finland, and blah, 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 all those, Denmark, all those places, Schengen, all the whole of the Schengen area, up to 170. And we have 195 countries in the world. So please, what is remaining for Brazil to cover? Nothing. So it all depends on how you're able to utilize the opportunities. And there are all the benefits as well. You can go to the hospital for free, whether you're a tourist, whether you're a citizen, free, absolutely free. The Brazilian government are really doing their best. That doesn't mean they're perfect, but if you ask me, Brazil is one of the best countries in the world because they really care for people. Yes, there might be lapses, there might be delays in their hospital system and all of that stuff, but they are one of the best countries in the world. And I believe they should have gone further than this, but for some reasons, I really don't know why they are still struggling a little bit to that place people consider the stars. Yeah, America, the star, Canada, the star, Australia, the star. I'm not sure why Brazil is still, because compared to the way Brazil is and how good it is, they should have gone further than where they are now in the world. So I don't know. That is it from me today. If you have questions, you know yourself, you have even disturbed me to make this video. I've made this video. I hope this is clear enough that this place is a great stepping stone to get to anywhere you want to get to in life. If you want to remain in Brazil, Brazil is also very good. It all depends on how you use your opportunities in Brazil. Your children are catered for. There are opportunities here that can help you, help your children. There's the option for permanent residency, citizenship. Everything is okay here. If you want to still go out to seek for better jobs from Brazil, everything is much more possible. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.